Dun, 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 dun.
HBO Max is really giving you a vast roster of content in terms of the same day releases for their movies that are coming out in theaters and simultaneously on their new streaming service. And one, of course, that you could include, I mean, we've had quite a variety in terms of, like I said, in terms of different films. You've had some horror films, some superhero movies, you've had some drama pieces. Now we have a Clint Eastwood movie, which again, I'm like, if you're going to feature one, put in Clint Eastwood. I definitely have enjoyed Clint Eastwood films I've seen in the past. I've covered them before as well on this channel. I covered The Mule. Even though I looked at that one in retrospect with the content after it was released, I looked at a content review, and I was like, oh, there's a lot more nudity for me. But the former veteran PTSD background caught in a bad situation, it seemed like a very sentimental story and very well told. Now, Clint Eastwood movies, a couple of years, I forget how long ago it was, but I just saw the 15 to 17 to Paris. Very well done movie. I knew some semblances on that story, but I didn't see the nuance. And the fact that they actually had the original, the people that were involved in the situation playing the roles, it was a very unique step, but very well done. I loved the movie. It was a really neat experience to hear about. I mean, it's certainly an intense one, but a really interesting experience to see presented in a Clint Eastwood movie. And he did it with such a seriousness. I thought it was really well done. So let's take a look at his new movie for HBO Max that will be available not only in theaters, but also in streaming, called CRY MACHO. This is what it says on IMDb. Based on the book, CRY MACHO stars Clint Eastwood as a one-time rodeo star and washed-up horse breeder who in 1978 takes a job from an ex-boss to bring the man's young son home and away from his alcoholic mom. Crossing rural Mexico on their way back to Texas, the unlikely pair faces an unexpected challenge, a challenging journey during which the world-weary horseman may find his own sense of redemption through teaching the boy what it means to be a good man. That's a very intense synopsis, but like I said, Clint Eastwood seems to have a real seriousness to his filmmaking that I think certainly will attribute here. I will say of CRY MACHO, because like nothing was known about it, at least from my standpoint. When they first announced it, I was like, what is CRY MACHO? I thought like, I hadn't seen the movie, I just seen the cover, but like, Macho Libre? Is that what you mean? No, that's not what it was. Okay, so again, much more sentimental story. I'm really impressed by that synopsis. Again, really intense, but I think, like I said, Clint Eastwood is a very notable filmmaker, and based on his past experience, or my past experience of watching his movies, I think the presentation of the film and the seriousness to which the synopsis seems to express, that will be maintained in the final cut. So let's take a look at CRY MACHO and watch the strip plot for itself. I have not read the book. Maybe I'll read it in advance, but like I said, I'll say it this way. I haven't covered... I'm still catching up on like a lot of old releases. I haven't covered Hillbilly Elegy yet, but I'm reading the book in advance to cover that one to give myself a better perspective of that story. Now, I'm watching the trailer for this first, but I might read the book in anticipation of watching the film. I might be able to, or listen to the audiobook. That's how I usually do it. I would like to learn about the story, maybe going in, or maybe I'll let the film. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do yet. Well, we'll see. But let's watch at least the trailer first so I can get a general impression of what the story is based, or beyond a synopsis perspective. We're going to watch the trailer for this first. We're going to talk about it more in my condensed review segment while watching the video together. Okay. Without further ado, here we go.
Back when we had winners, I was afraid to lose you to the
sentimental music, so you know it's going to be very dramatic.
All-American. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? That was before the accident, before the booze. You know how many people told me to just cut you loose? You gonna say anything?
Howard, I've always thought of you as a small, weak, and gutless man. But you know, there's no reason to be rude.
Is this the next Oscar movie for HBO Max?
You gave me your word.
I can certainly see maybe shades of Best Actor.
My son, Rafael, he's in trouble. I want to get him out of Mexico.
You want me to go down there and kidnap him?
Please, just get him back up here.
Just you?
Just me. Hey, Rafa, you can come out now. I'm a friend of the family.
Touch me and I'll kick your muscle, man.
Get in the back.
Even though, again, I'm not necessarily a fan of taking
The only place you're gonna go is the hospital.
Christ's name in vain like that, there's a very dramatic performance here. I can certainly get that with the performances.
You used to
Seeing the
be
actors play the
strong.
roles out, like the synopsis
Macho.
showed.
I used to be a lot of things, but I'm not now. And I'll tell you something. this macho thing is overrated. Just people trying to be macho, show that they've got grit. That's about all they end up with. It's like anything else in life. You think you got all the answers. I'm Mike.
Marta.
And you realize as you get older, you don't have any of them. We all have to make choices in life, kid. You have to make yours.
His name is Macho. Like me. Very strong rooster.
Whatever.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Guy wants to name his dog Macho. It's okay by me.
That looks good. September 17th. Wow, that one's actually... You know, that was interesting when I was covering this one, or was considering covering it originally, because I looked at the long list of HBO Max stuff, and they had releasing for the same day release program, and I was like, why isn't CRY MACHO? Because I'm like, looking at the dates, and I'm like, okay, some of those are going to be later releases that they've said, but all those other ones have gotten trailers. Why not CRY MACHO? I'm assuming just probably one trailer, just based on the time span, because we're really close, and like, we're about a month away. A little over that from September 17th. So I'm like, at some point they're going to have to put out a trailer for it. I'm sure probably you get maybe a couple promos are going to come out maybe after or succeeding this one. But it looks like a very well done film. Like I said, a very dramatic synopsis. I mean, in certain cases, you might hear a story about somebody that's struggling. I didn't get the sense here. I don't know if it's... Hang on, let me pull up the synopsis again here just to look at it one more time. Okay, so he takes a job from an ex-boss to bring the man's young son. So it's not his... Okay, I was saying maybe it meant like his son. I didn't think, no. You know, and I was sitting there watching a trailer going, no, I think it's somebody else's. And maybe sort of just taking this on like it's a father role. It's a very dramatic performance. And again, certainly in the synopsis, you get that vibe. The film definitely plays out. I mean, it looks like a Southern American, well, I guess Southern United States specifically, because you can say, wait, it's like South America? No, I mean like Southern United States, like a sentimental drama film, sort of like well, obviously like a Western vibe. I mean, with the hat and everything, and the horseback riding, the rodeo aspect, sort of like Logan. Which I still have not seen that movie yet, believe it or not. I need to. But that vibe that you got with that movie, right, about Logan rescuing the kid, I know that's a very different story. That's a superhero movie, but it had that Western tone to it, and I know it was very intense from a release, and people really lauded it, which I would assume based on some of the clips I've seen, it's very well deserved. This is not a superhero movie. It's not that intense. Well, I mean, maybe on a story level it is, but it's certainly very similar in where the story's going. At least from what you can get from this trailer. It looks very well presented, though. It looks like it definitely looks like a high caliber film. What I would expect from a Clint Eastwood movie, but something that certainly I think will make the streaming experience on HBO Max very unique. I'm sure it'll be, you know, I don't know how well it'll play in theaters. We'll see, but at least on HBO Max it looks very entertaining. What are your guys' thoughts with CRY MACHO? Let me know down below. Don't forget to look at stuff like subscribe, the sharing, the bell until we get to watch more from HBO Max for their streaming day release programs. I'll see you guys at 1.9 episode. For now, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Love your shows, your fellow man. God bless and peace.